Warning, warning, vaping causes bullshit.
Not the best, it instant burns. I don't think my core can actually run at it. Nope, my core can't run at it. I can do it the highest, which is 100, no? Gotta drip it instantly, no? It's good though, I love my e-stick.
I've seen it all now.
Yeah.
What's your name?
James.
Where are you from, James?
London.
Good man. What part? What part of London are you from?
Central London, Motorgate.
Ah.
So I drove down here today, actually. I drove down in my Honda Type R.
Ah.
Which was lovely.
Yeah.
But they wouldn't let me in my car in today because it's not a classic.
Oh.
Fuck off. It is a classic.
Right. And what year is your car?
2002.
Sorry?
2002. But it's got 50 grand worth of customization onto it.
Right. So what mods did you make to it?
It's got a Lamborghini exhaust system on it.
Yeah.
Ferrari Enzo engine.
Enzo
engine. It's powerful. I've put 2 turbos on it.
Yeah.
4 superchargers. So it's runs brake horsepower. It has 750.
Yeah.
It's a powerful car.
So it must be very hard to control on the road, is it?
In this weather, it is.
Yeah.
So I'm not driving it over 7. I'm not driving it over 80 today because I know it'll crash it because it's got slick tires on it, road legal slick tires.
Yeah.
But it's got a lot of mods on it. It's got surround sound in it.
Yeah.
Bose one. It's got in the boot. It's got a DJ table on it.
Ah. Listen, very nice talking to you.
So, that's crazy.
What a dick.
Wow. Every time I laugh at that, it's brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant. It's like the best. It's either the best troll ever, or. But I've noticed actually on the website, I was trying to find that video, and on a website that sells car stuff, they actually have a Honda conversion kit for an Enzo engine with a Lamborghini exhaust and DJ tables in the back.
Fucking hell. It's got to be set up, hasn't it?
Yeah, no, obviously as a troll because people are going to be searching that video, aren't they? So yeah.
Fucking hell.
Last time I seen this kid, he was taking selfies and being a bus wanker. Wasn't he the guy that sort of stuck to the Ideal Home Show lot? Sort of just like a little add-on, if you know what I mean.
It's all right because he's from Central London.
Where are you from? Central London. Yeah. So, yeah. I don't know. Just
4 superchargers and 2 turbos. Yeah. And it's only 700 brake.
In a second as well.
Isn't the Enzo engine more powerful than that straight out of the factory?
I don't know. Either way, we know he's a bullshitter, so let's just let's crack on with the show.
Well done, that man. Giving vapors a good rep.
Exactly. So welcome to episode. He did have the Smock Alien.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, I noticed. Yeah, there you go.
Buy one of those.
Oh, hang on. I've actually been linked this website. It's htune.co.uk. Obviously, they've cottoned onto this. Let me share this website. There you go. Share. There you go. Honda Type R 750 brake horsepower upgrade kit. Slick tires and everything. Is it lovely? Oh, there you go. That's actually quite good. I like that.
In amazing, consistent fashion, I still can't get the chat up. So this week I brought the chat up on my mobile phone so that I can actually fucking see what everyone's saying about this arsehole.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, not a lot, to be fair. Welcome to episode number 79. Oh, getting up in the numbers. That's 10. That's like 10 past the magical 69 number. What do you think about that? 79 episodes, 79 weeks we've dedicated our lives. Well, 2 of us have.
Yeah, I was going to say some of us have only been here for like 4 weeks. We're fine.
Yeah. £50,000 too. He wasn't lying. Yeah, no, obviously that's a troll site, but it was very good. Yeah, 79. We're going to talk all things vapory and lovely. And none of us have got Vades this week, have we?
No, I'm all right.
Just a touch of exhaustion.
Had a bit of a poorly neck.
A bit of a what?
Bit of a poorly neck, but that's not Vades, is it?
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, that's definitely not. No.
Next to it, I ask.
Why is Dolan all muffly?
I don't know. It's really quiet.
Yeah, what you done?
Ooh,
It's because you shouted into your mic and you got right sound enabled or something like that.
I'll be back.
Oh, there you go.
Turn that up.
Oh, he's refreshing.
Dolan's quit. He's done.
There you go. Jack Milsom. Yo, Rick, my internet's finally been upgraded. Jack was going to be the one that's trying out. We'll just have to get you on the show as a token sort of show. It'd be cool. It'd be really cool. Right. Anyway, yeah, episode 79. I don't want to do what we're vaping on until Dolan's in, and Dolan is back.
It's all fine. There's nothing to worry about.
It's still quiet, mate.
Just turn yourself up manually, Dolan. You'll be all right. Oh, no.
Okay, Dolan.
Don't bother. No, I wouldn't. Anyway, what we vaping on? Come on, then.
What,
Thomas?
Yeah, Tom, you go first. One mod wonder.
Okay, I'm currently vaping on Juicewise Custard Donut. I'm on this week. I'm on the Tsunami 22.
See, yeah, Tsunami 22 with the Kennedy drip tip.
Awfully Chinese for your taste, Thomas.
Fucking hell, and a fucking UK made AMK, AKM, sorry, Squonker.
I get that confusion all the time. It's the same with MBK and KFC as well, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just MBK, KFC. He likes eating chicken.
Yeah,
Simple as.
I like eating chicken.
So yeah, I'm quite enjoying this Squonker, and leads me on to Riyadh. Riyadh, you can go next.
Oh, do you know what? I'm actually surprised you have not got the goon on there.
Don't own a goon?
Oh, well, you know, I'm sure it's well within your reach, being like working where you work.
Yeah, as I told you earlier, my next investment's quite a big one, so obviously that's going to be another Squonker. So I'm quite excited about that. So I'm not going to lay any money down until I get that.
Not that new HDNE mod, then, Thomas. You don't fancy that?
Nah.
No, definitely not a Frankie as well, because you have to be a fucking idiot to buy a Frankie.
Not wrong with a fucking Frankie.
To be fair, Frankie was my wonder mod for a long time.
Yeah, it's just the quality of the 3D. You can tell difference in 3Ds, and obviously.
Yeah, mind you, the quality of that one looks pretty decent.
Yeah, this is UK made. It comes with a fucking smart ass box as well. I'm not gonna fucking lie to you. You get absolutely all sorts. I did actually get it second hand as well. Comes with stickers and all sorts. Quite a nice presentation box. And the lad that I bought it off went on to Modmaker, hire Rick, and bought a load of fucking universal BF pins that fit into sort of like your dog 3s. You can actually get sort of stuff for your Petri. So he bought a load of BF pins. So I just went and got all my fucking ideas out and tried all these BF pins of different ideas and see what I could get working. So it was quite fun.
Obviously not the dog free though.
Yeah, the dog free squonks. Yeah.
I thought the pin was actually held in the center post on the dog free.
No, you can take this. I'll show you. Look. So here's the dog free with the fucking Kangatech squonk box, and I will squonk it. If you can see, the juice is coming out of it.
It's coming out the bloody the what do you call it?
It comes out the positive post.
Yeah.
Right where the coils are. So if you center your coils right at the positive post, when the juice comes out, it goes straight onto you. So
I be blown.
No.
Yes. Thomas, you getting into these 3D printed little bloody squonkers? I like them as well. I've wanted one for a long time, and I got mine last week. Obviously.
Well, I wanted sort of a DNA. I wanted a DNA squonker for fucking ages. But then I think to myself, what do I use on a day-to-day basis? I use a fucking mech. So me using a 40-watt squonker is not going to do anything for my vaping experience at all. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to try. It cost me 65 quid for this. They're usually like 70. So I picked it up and I went, I'll have a blast on it, see what I think. I don't mind it at all. I've used it for the last 3 days. I really, really enjoyed it. I've not picked up a tube in the last 3 days. So I'm quite enjoying Squonking, and I think it is a pretty cool thing. It does get messy. Don't get me wrong, it does get messy if you over squonk. But it's pretty fun, and it's a good experience vape, especially if you're using a mech squonker, because obviously you can build as low as you would on a normal mech.
There's quite a lot of 3D ones coming out there. You got the Rump Mods one, you've got like the 3D printed ones. Did I say that? I don't know. You got that one. You've got the one I got, the Poison V2. You got the Frankie, and also there's cannot remember. But there's another one as well, which is quite popular. I think that retails at about 60 quid. The other one that I'm on about, I can't remember. It will come to me eventually.
They are pretty cool. Do you know what I actually do want to pick up? I actually do want to pick up a Pico just to fucking see what, because everybody likes the Picos, and SVB do a finish on the Picos.
Rock Mods.
Rock Mods, that's it.
Yeah, they do. Well, they do all sorts. They do wooden ones and stuff like that. But I like their 3D ones. So actually, the guy from Rock Mods does some really, really good mods. Nathan Wood. I wish I had the patience to do it, but like I'm getting a 3D printer, and I'm just gonna print myself a fucking Squonker.
You'll do some spinners as well. I hear they sell quite well.
Yeah, I'm not a fucking cunt, mate. I'm not gonna fucking print out.
As long as you make sure the build quality's there on them, Rick, though.
Yeah.
Don't go 3D printing those spinners that fucking break.
By the way, can we give a big shout and big hello to Chris JB or Chris J Bullshit? He's sat up in hospital bed with his fucking meningitis and what hepatitis B or AIDS or whatever he's fucking got, sat up in hospital, mate.
Didn't they amputate his leg?
Get well soon, mate. I hope you don't lose your fucking foot.
How's that?
Chris?
Actually in hospital. He's been in the hospital for quite a few days now, yeah.
Oh, see, I didn't realise that. Oh, well, never mind.
Yeah, so get well soon, mate. I know you're watching, so get well soon, JB. Even though you are a cunt, yeah, get well soon.
Slightly less today.
Yeah. Okay. Let's tone this down a bit for Chris then. Can we have a minute silence for Chris's foot?
I can't do it. Can't do it.
Oh well.
It's only a foot. He's got another.
Where the fuck is my raffle?
Only raffles for people worth it, mate.
Ooh.
That's bad.
Naughty.
Right. What is Rick vaping on? Rick is vaping on the Connoisseur as normal now. This is my all-day carry as well. It's like, I can't believe I just used those fucking words, those 3 words together. All-day carry. What a knob. All-day carry, that, and a fucking knife.
Isn't it everyday carry?
Oh, yeah, maybe. Well, there you go. I've invented a new term, and I carry it all day. So, yeah. Like you guys on this show. And in that, I've got Bam Bam's Captain Cannoli, which I've really started tucking into recently. I bought it at Expo, and I did actually pay for it. Maybe not the prices they're retailing that, but I did pay for it. And I've only just started vaping. Yeah, this is my last bottle of it, so I've done like 60 ml. Well, there's only half a bottle left of this, and then I've got my other cannoli to go on to. Oh, that's the battery. I've got my other cannoli to get onto as well. So
that Bam Bam's cannoli is delicious, mate.
It is. Well, it's a Captain cannoli. I wish I'd got the original as well, because that's like a key lime cannoli, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's not. It's not. He calls it a key lime with like dusted with Fruit Loops, but it just tastes like Fruit Loops. It tastes like.
See, to me, it tastes like key lime. So you know, everybody's flavour profile is different.
Stu, did you just say dusted?
Dusted.
Yeah, it's supposed to be like dusted with fruity.
Oh, dusted.
Dusted.
Like a dirty custard or something. I'm sorry, carry on.
Be gone with your faggotry. Dusted. Do you use that in the shop? Oh, it's dusted with. It's not dusted with fucking nothing. It's a liquid, mate. It's got liquid in it.
I was just saying what it says on the blurb. It said something like that.
I would be on myth as well, but if you see in there, you see that little sort of screw, the nut. No. Yeah. Oh, that thing there.
Okay. Yeah, I see.
That's resting on the firing bit. Yeah, that fell off. Apparently it's not threaded. It was just sort of stuck on. So I'm gonna have to get a new 510 for that. Squonking 510. They're not too expensive. I don't mind it because just put it in.
So marks out of 10, Rick.
Marks out of 10 of that box. See, I still like it. That's the problem. Even though I can't vape, I got a whole fucking look. That's a 10ml bottle full of cannoli, and I'm like, I can't vape it. Marks out of 10 for this box. Well, in terms of looks, I would give it like a solid 7. In terms of functionality, 0, because it doesn't fucking work. If you do buy one of these, be prepared to get a second 510 for it. Squonking 510. That's all I'm going to say. But you know, at 45 euros, and that's with delivery, I think it was. Then you know, I'd just pay for that for the box and put the internals in myself. You know,
Are the parts relatively easy to get hold of then?
Yeah, if you go on Mod Maker, you can actually buy the Squonking 510s.
Oh, right, okay.
I actually found on this one, the actual pin was a little bit too long because when you tried to get your bottling, you had to sort of jimmy it in. So I'll get one with a shorter pin or file it down or something like that. But yeah.
Chris JB's just said in chat, I'm starting to think that these 3D printed things arrive with Rick and he fucks them himself.
I haven't fucked it. This is still working.
You're 2 on fucking 3D printed things, aren't you?
No, this still works. What are you talking about?
Yeah, but didn't you jerry rig it?
I had to put blue tack in between the two things because someone doesn't know tolerances.
I think Dolan's Tourette's is playing up again.
Other sticky things is available. Riyadh, try Cutwood Mr. Fritter. Is apple cinnamon fritters? No, I've gone off Cutwood. I went off Cutwood when it first came out. Yeah,
So
not a fan of Cutwood.
Is
Huh?
that all you're vaping then? Just those 2?
No, well, I'm not even vaping that, am I?
Just looking at it, yeah.
I would be vaping like my AV clone without a sleeve because I took the sleeve off, but I smashed my magnets.
Yeah.
I'm not really having much luck. I would be vaping this, but it's up for sale. What else have I got? I got this. Yeah, there you go. The Aspire Archon with the
Nice.
sorry.
That's nice. Why aren't you vaping that?
I'm not really in a tanky sort of mood. And
Tom's building a fucking hut in the background there or something. He's making an awful lot of noise.
I got the Stride, and I got out my Steam Crave aromerizer as well. I've
Nice.
yeah, I'm
Nice.
not vaping that either.
Not vaping that either. No.
I've got my Tesla, you know, the little Tesla Nano, which I look at that. That's oxidized quite. It's
That's
really
the Stealth 60 watt, isn't it?
that's the Stealth. Yeah, not using that either. No,
No, not using that. No.
no. It's,
We've got a good cross section of mods you're not using, Rick.
yeah. Okay. Oh, here's one I am using. No, I'm not using that one either. Ugh. Oh well, could be worse. I could be actually using them. To be fair. So
We
yeah.
might have just spawned a new section here. What are you not vaping?
What are you not vaping yet? What are you not vaping on of the week? We could have, but however, yeah, that is it really. Bam Bam's Captain Cannoli and the Connoisseur, which I polished yesterday, and it's
Dirty.
dirty. But then, you know, I've got mucky hands. Speaking of that, Thomas went for a poo before he come live, and he didn't wash his hands.
How do you know?
I told him to wash his hands.
How do you know I didn't wash my hands?
Because you were live.
I fucking went in the kitchen and washed my hands.
That old
Where do you
excuse.
think the phone was sat down when I fucking put the phone in the kitchen and washed my hands?
We've heard that excuse before, haven't we?
Yeah, right.
Which
Yeah.
hand do you wipe your fucking hands with anyway?
But basically, if your finger doesn't poke through the toilet roll, then you don't have to wash your hands. That's the rule, isn't it?
Yeah.
Depends if you use
I'm
tissue
joking.
paper or not.
Army style. Anyway,
Fold.
that's enough of poo talk, UK. Who's next?
That'll be me then. This evening, I am.
Before you start, sorry, can I just point out that T-shirt you're wearing?
It's a jumper. Let's just start that again.
It is a T-shirt.
We went over this before the show.
Yeah, it's a Christmas T-shirt.
Right.
It's not a jumper.
I have a reason for this, but can we have this conversation later? I'm gonna have a rant.
Okay.
I can rant now if you like me to.
Yeah.
Let's do the rant now. Anyone would have thought it was a fucking week before Christmas.
Yeah, well, especially if you wearing that. Yeah, you would. You are part of the problem. Carry on.
So I those that know me know I don't watch much TV, but for some reason or other, this week I've watched a little bit of TV in the evening when I've got back from slogging my guts out at the shop. So sat there in front of the TV. Starts off with the infamous, I don't know, DFS advert advertising fucking sofas guarantee before Christmas. Well, I should hope so. Then John Lewis, and then it's just Christmas ad after Christmas ad after Christmas ad.
Can I just say the John Lewis advert is probably the best one they've done? I've really laughed at it.
Is that the one that people's dogs keep getting upset at?
There's a dog on the trampoline.
Yeah. Apparently, people have been filming their dogs reacting to it, and people's dogs keep getting really pissed off with that advert.
Yeah, it's because they can't jump on the trampoline, that's why.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Cunt.
Either way, my issue is with it's not fucking Christmas yet. Quit it with the TV ads. Quit it with the radio ads. I don't give a fuck.
Do you know what? How many times, right, are you going to see that post on Facebook about all my windows were left open, blah, 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 fucking hell, fucking bastard.
Yeah.
Not only that, there are 12 days of Christmas and November contains fucking none of them.
There we go.
Exactly.
Anyway, what are you vaping on?
This evening, in Advent window number 1, I broke the SOI out tonight.
Do you know what? Actually, you carry on talking. I'll be back in a sec.
Wash your hands. SOI. I go on it and off it. I love it, and then I hate it. I love it, then I hate it, and I'm on to love it again.
I'm going to say you switch between that quite often. First time I ever spoke to you, you was in the SOI.
I've got a pair of them, and obviously because I switched them up. But yeah, some days I love them, some days I hate them. But I'm on a good one today. On that, I am on 2 guesses. Akina, 1 dribbles. So
Dolan's crack.
Dolan's crack. We've all been there. Don't deny it.
New from Thick Oil 2017. Dolan's crack.
But it smells nice. Other hand, I have the Sherman and hey, good man.
What? You're not the only one that can do Christmas.
I feel as I'll be supported.
Well, mine's the Star Wars one though.
Christ alive.
God, it whites you out on the camera.
I think you both are like cunts.
Well, yeah, but I'd rather look like a cunt by wearing a Christmas jumper than just looking like a cunt.
Cunt anyway.
I'm not sure if that was aimed at me, but I'll take it.
It was more Tom, but carry on.
Shadoma and Sherman vaping on
Cactus Jack.
Cactus Jack. Don't ask me what it tastes of. I haven't got a fucking clue, but I know it tastes lovely.
Do you know what? Actually, today we myself and Sean went for round a few, Sean half owns proof. We went round a few shops that stock it, and it's actually a really good day. I quite enjoyed myself. Just sort of chatting to new people, seeing different vape shops and stuff like that. Because you know, if you get when you sort of get stuck in your own vape shop, it just becomes a norm, doesn't it? But when you go around visiting other ones, you sort of it's quite fun. But anyway, yeah.
I spent about 200 hours this week in my shop.
It's not even open yet.
It's a fucking building site.
We have an update on that, Mark.
Yeah, we've got a very dirty floor with lots of wood structures everywhere. We've also been informed that our fire regulations aren't up to spec, so we've had to redo all our plastering and all additional boarding that we'd initially done. We've had to redo. Yeah, it's been quite honestly an absolute fuck pig the past week. Probably 13, 14 hours a day every day. I've got an awesome team behind me though. They've been absolute fucking diamonds, and yeah, we'll look after them when we're all done, and hopefully when we're open, you'll all come down. And
how far away are you from opening the doors, then, Mark?
I'd like to say 2 to 3 weeks.
Sweet. So just
Three
before
closer to 3 than 2.
So just before Christmas, sweet.
Pretty much after Dale's bonfire firework party.
That's another interesting question as well, because we got into this conversation today, and it just reminded me of it. You know, opening so close to Christmas, and because all four of us work in the vape industry, sort of in the shop. Well, you know, you're soon to do it, Dolan, like in shop environment. But do you think there's such a thing as the Christmas rush in vaping?
Oh, it's got to be. There's got to be.
See, I don't think there is.
Like,
There is.
out of people that you're buying presents for, are you buying vape gear for any of them?
No.
Well, I am. What about you,
Right,
Tom?
there isn't a Christmas rush as such. I don't think for buying for people. I think it's, you know, when people go to Morrison's because it snowed for fucking 10 minutes on Thursday morning, they go to Morrison's and buy every bread and fucking milk they can.
Yeah.
Well, that's what people go and do. Panic.
And they stock up because of the weather.
They fucking go panic buy vape juice. That's what people do. That's the only thing people do.
I suppose, yeah, because you need it to last over like the bank holidays and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I mean, in terms of presents for people, right? Say if you're a smoker and you know your girlfriend or partner buys you a starter kit for Christmas, you'd be fucking pissed off, wouldn't you? Here you go. You're going to give up something you love for that. You wouldn't buy someone a pack of fags for Christmas, would you?
I've been known to.
And do you know what? My uncle used to buy me fags for Christmas as well.
I'm not gonna lie, I've bought fags for Christmas before and all.
One hand, look at that. Brilliant. Job.
Oh, wow. Is that your... How did you get my bra off from there?
It wasn't, it was mine.
So I don't think there is actually in the physical sense of people like buying gifts and stuff like that. But yeah, Vape Talk UK talking about Christmas too early. Too right. Let's get off this Christmas subject.
Yeah. Is that everything Dolan's vaping on?
I didn't even hear anything because I was away.
The SOI, the Kodama, and the Sherman. Yeah. What else have I got in front of me? Juice wise. Always have an open bottle of Deer. Always have an open bottle of Panda. What else have I got in front of me? I've got waffle, almond and caramel waffle.
That's really nice.
I've got the other half of the SOI sporting a beer cap. I'm not sure why. It must have looked good one night. I know we're not going to talk.
Live drip tip.
Yeah, I know we're not going to talk about Element tonight, but a bottle of tonics. That's about it. It's on.
Don't turn around.
No, I'm not going to turn around.
This section's never going to end if you turn around.
Steam crab with a bottom feed thing.
Oh, we just picking up random shit like I just did.
What else have we got? Sultanas and apples.
Right, Stuart, go.
Yeah, I think I better. I'm on the usual connoisseur and thick oil. I'm on lion's oil again this not lion's oil, sorry, butter oil again this week because just I love those. I've got the fucking hell, don't want to drop that. I've got the Theory and DNA 75 out again with the goon on, and I've fallen back in love with this. Have any of you tried this? Clean cream from Fresh.
Is that the one that tastes like builder's tea?
No, the goat is the sweet tea one.
Yeah.
Clean cream is just kind of nondescript creamy stuff. That's how I would describe it. It's very sweet and very creamy, and something about it, whenever I vape it, I just get addicted to it and I can't leave it alone.
A bit like nondescript cream.
This, like, you can taste what's in it. There's obviously like caramel in it, and there's a bit of coconut in it, and it's like milky and creamy, and it's got all sorts of stuff going on in there. But it's just sort of nothing's in the front. It just kind of tastes of a bit of everything, and it's just creamy. It's
a bit of stuff.
Yeah, it's just really nice.
I've had a few juices like that though, but they are like you said, nondescript, but they just taste nice.
Yeah, sometimes that's nice. Exactly. It's almost like Glory Glaze from Cheap Thrills Juice Co. That's like one of my favourite juices. It doesn't taste of raspberry glazed donut. It tastes of sweet, hot, good, nice.
Yeah, it just sounds like you're talking about your love life.
To me, a lot of donut juices just taste of sweet nothingness. Just taste like sweet water.
Yeah, because
But
people
you know
can't
what?
make donut juices. They just add fucking sweetener.
But do you know what? I'm all right with that. I don't mind just sweet, sticky juice sometimes. Sometimes that's what I want.
Just be glad you don't live in States and they're regulating sweetener like a cunt then.
Yeah, yeah. And then I've got a third setup this week, and it might get me laughed at a little bit. I've picked up one of these from the shop on Saturday. The eye care.
Why would you get laughed at for that? Apparently they're quite decent.
This thing's fucking brilliant. I've got 12 milligram key lime cookie in here from Element, and I mean, like, look at the size of it. Like, it's smaller than my finger. It's like probably about the same size as my pinky.
Is that the enclosed system? Has it got refilling, or is it cartridges?
You can refill this one. It's not a closed system.
Oh, okay.
That's one of the things I wanted to show you. Actually, it's really fucking clever. You see under the top cap here.
Yeah.
Can you see that there's like an oblong shaped hole in the middle?
Square shaped hole, rectangle.
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah.
Well, that's actually a tool to get your tank off. Look at that. That's actually a tool to unscrew your tank, and then you loosen it off, and then you can get your coil head out for refilling.
God, the Chinese think of everything, don't they?
That I was very happy with that. I like little silly things like that, but I'm not joking. I think that this kind of device, these sort of little things, I reckon this is the future of getting people off bags. If this had have existed 4 years ago when I started vaping, I wouldn't have smoked at the same time. When I first started, I smoked at the same time for maybe 6 months. But this is great.
I like it because it's very discreet. It's very small, and that is mouth to lung as well. Is that mouth to lung?
You can lung hit it.
Yeah.
The airflow is open enough for you to lung hit it, and that's how I vape it. But you can mouth to lung it, and I will demonstrate. And you get about probably as much vapor as you'd get smoke off a cigarette.
But it's good innovation.
But yeah, I mean, if you lung hit this, it's actually really satisfying. Like me and the missus had to go on. We picked him up on Saturday, and she went into town on Sunday and vaped it all day when she went into town, and came back and said it was absolutely bulletproof. Not a single problem with it. Took it out all day. Battery lasted. She got back and it still had loads of battery left in it. She was chain vaping it. No problem whatsoever. Never seems to burn out. Never seems to give you dry hits. It's fucking fantastic. And they're 20 quid.
What's the battery life like?
Well, it's a 650 mile battery with a 1.1 ohm coil head. And you easily get a full day out of it. I mean, like, if I was to vape this all day, I would expect to charge it at the end of the night. But I chain vape like fuck. So... But I'm just blown away by it. I just absolutely cannot believe how far devices like this have moved on.
How big?
It says you can replace the cotton and refill the tank.
The tank is refillable and it takes a disposable coil head. You probably can hack the coil head, but I'd rather just pay the £2. It's a new coil head just for this. It's not an existing e-leaf coil head. I know that because it's called the IC BVC. It's a BVC style coil head. That IC stands for eye care, and it's a specific one that they've made for it. But it's also available in a mini version that comes with a little docking station that you slot it into. And the docking station takes a single 18650, I think. And you just charge the docking station, leave the docking station wherever you're going to be, and pop it in and just recharge it off that.
Looks decent. It does look decent, to be fair.
It's a good vape.
We are pretty good. I don't see the point in the mini though. Obviously, having the docking station, I don't really see the point in it because obviously it's more expensive to get the mini with the docking station as well.
Yeah, that's right. Well, I think the point of the mini is it's like the mini is super discreet. It's probably about sort of that big. It's about the same width as the mouthpiece.
But it's more portable as well, though, isn't it? Because obviously you've got a single 18650 in a docking station. It's got to be more portable. If you're sat on the beach or something,
Yeah, presumably. I mean, if you've got 2,500 mAh in the docking station, say you've got a 25R in there, the Mini's only got a 350 mAh battery, so you're going to charge it like, what, 8 times? You'll get 8 full charge cycles.
Oh, it's got a built-in 2,300 mAh for the dock.
Oh, is it a built-in 2,300? Okay, I actually thought it was a single 18650, but that's still basically the same thing. You're still going to get 7 or 8 charge cycles.
There's a lot of these coming out now. A lot of these, and a lot of the enclosed systems with the cartridges, but the cartridges are so bloody expensive on them.
The other one that I'm very, very interested to see is the Von Earl. Have you seen the Von Earl?
Yeah.
That's a closed system, and it's sort of very similar in style to the Dual, but there's a lot of premium e-liquid companies that seem to be getting on with Von Earl. I've seen a few things on Instagram of like premium e-liquid companies supporting it. So it looks like you're going to be able to buy the pods preloaded with premium e-liquid.
The only problem I have with the Von Earl is at this current moment in time, it's £8 for 4 millijoules because the pods take 2 millijoules.
Yeah, that's madness.
It's £8 for 2 pods.
Don't a lot of these use the synthetic nicotine as well?
I believe so.
I'm not sure what issues we're going to have with the TPD with that, because if they're coming in at like 36, 38 milligram nicotine.
Well, I know that obviously these being open system, it won't make a difference. With the Von Earl, you can get empty pods and fill them yourself, if I remember correctly.
Apparently, all these closed systems, you can hack them now. Hack the cartridges.
Well, I think the Von Earl, they actually supply with empty pods. I think they intend for you to be able to refill the pods. So I'm not sure where that's going to go, what the nicotine strengths will be. But if it's premium juice companies getting on, then presumably the nicotine strengths will be whatever juices they make.
Yeah, they come with a liquid pod refill. Excuse me.
But honestly, I can't believe that we were at the Ego Pen 4 years ago, and that's what we've got to now. It's like half the size, performs twice as good as the Ego Pen ever did.
It looks like a harmonica.
And yeah, looks like a harmonica, exactly.
The harmonizer.
The harmonizer, yeah. See, they fucking copy my idea, the cunts.
The Stu, that you're using there, is it drawer activated or is there a button?
No, it's a sensor. It's got a little diaphragm, which you can just see here, a little rubber diaphragm.
Yep.
And as you draw through the system, this diaphragm comes up and it knows that it's been, there must be like a solenoid in there or something, and it knows that it's been clicked and starts to burn. But it's very quick. There's no pause between. I mean, if I get close to my mic, you can probably hear the crackling of this starting up from when I start drawing.
It might cost £15, mate. Oh, yeah.
There's no delay on it. No delay at all. As soon as you start drawing, it starts firing. So yeah, I'm over the moon with it. For 20 quid, that, to me, anyone could get off cigarettes using that. Anyone.
It's nice. 2 mil tank, I assume.
Yep, TPD compliant, 2 mil tank. Obviously, because you need a tool to unlock it, that's technically childproof. Insofar as, TPD compliant, it's provably childproof because you need a tool.
Oh, go on.
No, go on.
I was going to say, I was going to take us on to another subject since we're talking about TPD compliance and stuff like that.
Yeah,
and this is the confusion behind the notifications that are coming in on the 20th.
Yeah.
Now, I'm gonna say the way I understand it, and then someone please correct me if I'm wrong or if they have a different understanding, because I still believe there's quite a lot of confusion out there about it. Also, people in chat get involved if you understand it in a different way. But from November the 20th, products have to be notified with who is it, MHRA or
MHRA, yeah.
MHRA. It's going to cost £150 per notification, or it has cost £150 per notification. And this, in my understanding, is even on products you're not taking through the TPD. If you manufacture them, like our Skinted range, we have to notify the 4 flavors we're going to carry on selling, if we've got enough stock until, after the 20th of November.
That's correct.
but we have to notify those full products,
That's
even
correct.
if we're not going to be taking it through the TPD. Yeah,
That's right. That is your understanding is correct.
there you go. So any manufacturers that have a product that want to continue selling after the 20th of November have to notify those products before the 20th.
I think Vampire Vapes, if I'm right, I've took through all their stuff, obviously, until the TPD comes through, and I think they registered 3,000 products.
Oh.
Wow.
That even involves hardware, doesn't it?
That's everything.
Yeah. So tanks, mods. What about wire and stuff like that? I don't think that can.
I don't believe so.
Coils and stuff like that. I mean, a lot of it doesn't relate to vape shops because they tend to not have their own juice line. They're selling other juice lines and stuff like that. But I still think I still believe you have to have access to those ECID numbers.
As long as I don't think you have to have them on board, but obviously when the TPD comes into full effect, the ECID numbers will be on the bottles and will be on the tanks and stuff like that for notification. Yeah. Like we've got our ECID numbers, and we are the first people, I think, in the UK to have our ECID numbers because we got ours pretty quickly.
Yeah, because we're notifying for four flavours of skinted.
Yeah. You will, I was to say, as you said, you will do have to notify, even if you're not putting them through the TPD.
Yeah.
You've got till May next year.
It's not going to affect the general public, though. You know, they're not going to notice much difference until May next year.
I don't know, because we're not going to be able to buy these after the 20th of November. We're not going to be able to buy these 60ml bottles or 100ml bottles, are we?
We are, as long as the wholesalers have them on the shelf. They can't.
Oh, as long as the wholesalers have got them on the shelf, we can.
Manufacturing, so from I think it's either the 19th or the 20th. I believe it's the 19th.
19th.
You have to have all products made by the 19th. So, for instance, if, as I say, Vampire Vapes or ourselves, we need to manufacture as much as we can until the 19th. If you are then stuck with it up to May, then you have to bin it. You can't sell it. You have to bin it.
Okay, that's the grey area I was sort of mulling over. Was can we still purchase from the wholesalers stock that they've got left over after the 19th?
Yes.
So yeah, okay, that's good.
As long as the product's been manufactured up to the 19th, you can purchase it afterwards. Anytime after the May next year, then you can.
But they can't sell them unless they have their ECID number.
Correct.
James has just said there will be many juices not available after the 20th because a lot of juices aren't even notifying. As far as I'm aware, actually, James, there's not a lot of people that actually fully understand it and know it. So they haven't actually had the chance. I mean, I know everybody's been doing what they've, messages been passed left, right, and centre, and we've received various documentation from people in the vaping industry, not actually any official governing body or anything like that.
I think there's been a lot of confusion with it. I think there's only a handful of people that actually know the TPD inside out, and I know if there's any confusion or anything I'm not sure, I pick the phone up and ring Dale, because obviously it's Dale's business, it's Dale's livelihood. He knows his shit inside out. But a lot of other business owners, wholesalers I've spoken to in the past 2 or 3 weeks have questioned things I've said, and they didn't realise they couldn't sell their stock unless it's been notified. There's quite a few.
So here's another question. If the wholesaler doesn't get notification, or so the manufacturer doesn't get notified about these products, and the wholesaler resells it to you, and then you sell it to a customer without an ECID number, who does the blame lay on? You as the retailer? Yeah. So it's almost self-governing.
Yeah. Basically watching your own ass at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And as we've all said, every single one of us sat here, it's if you're not in the fucking loophole and you haven't been told or you don't understand it, you're fucked.
So if you are in the vaping industry and you own a shop, look about on the wholesalers on the 19th.
See what's going cheap. You can ship in one fucking day and sell out on one day.
But we wouldn't, because we wouldn't be able to sell it after the 20th anyway, will we? Without ECID numbers. So.
Exactly. What you're going to see is let's be realistic. As me, Rick, Stuart, both working, all three of us work in vape shops. Mark, you obviously own a vape shop. We've seen the slow down in actual new products coming out and stuff like that already.
Yeah.
The mass amounts of products
Yeah,
that
dramatic.
are coming out.
Apart from Smock.
Yeah, apart from Smock, but a lot of things have slowed the fuck down, you know what I mean? So if we imagine now that it's slowed down over the last 6 months, well, over the last couple of months, how much is it going to slow down when the ECID numbers have to be out and registered? It's going to slow down even more.
Yeah, I mean, in terms of new e-liquids, that's almost ground to a halt as far as I've seen. Hardware-wise, China's still slowly dribbling stuff out, but there's not really much else appearing at the moment. So I think you're right.
We're just going to have to wait and see. That is literally what we're going to have to do. This is a learning curve because, you know, a lot of companies are learning about what's best for them. So is the whole loophole of nick shots going to be a thing that's going to be massive? Are people that are actually still manufacturing and going?
Sorry, can I stop you there, Tom?
Yeah.
The nick shots loophole isn't actually a loophole. It's working within the boundaries of the law, the legislation they've laid out. So it's not actually a loophole.
It's not. No, it's not in there, and it's not. As I say, well, I wouldn't say it was. Maybe I'm saying it wrong as it being a loophole. Yes, we are working inside the regulations, but it's obviously not a mixed product. But it is going to end up being a mixed product. That's where the sort of, you know, dark side of it is, where we don't see the fact is, yes, at the time of, you know, selling to a customer, it's perfectly legal, but it's not a mixed product. But what means is the person's walking out with a mixed product.
Yeah, but you won't be able to sell them in the same box. You'd have to sell them as separate entities.
I get that, and it's two different products. But who's to say that people who are running these legislations, you know, like the fucking trading standards, who are going to be up on our asses doing this, they might catch on quite quickly with that.
Yeah, the TPD is going to be governed in exactly the same way as a CQC, I think, apart from there's no official governing sort of body that's been sort of sourced. CQC, I don't know if anybody's worked in the healthcare industry or anything like that, but each inspector that goes around has their own interpretation of the rules.
Yeah.
I think that's going to be exactly the same with vaping.
The interesting thing that I'm hearing is, and I don't know whether this is going to be the decision of local councils or whether this is going to be a nationwide standard, but certainly where I am, it's the Environmental Health Office that are going to be enforcing. And so EHOs are going to be coming out to inspect stock to make sure that all of the stock that vape shops are selling is compliant. Now, obviously, my background is in the restaurant trade, and I know that you get a starring system, and if you're 4 stars or below, you get inspected once every year. If you're 5 stars, you get inspected once every 18 months to ensure that your restaurant is compliant with health legislation. Now, in my 10 years in the restaurant industry, I can say, honestly, that I have never seen an EHO inspection actually happen on time. And every single EHO that comes out has different standards by which they monitor to, different levels of harshness, different specific things that they'll be looking for. You know, some of them really go after paperwork, some of them really go after allergen control, some of them really go after the cleanliness of the kitchen, that sort of thing. If these are the same people that are going to be enforcing the TPD, then TPD inspections aren't going to be happening on time, and every single inspection is going to be different. There isn't going to be anything that you can get ready for other than the guidelines that have been set out. So all you can do as a shop owner is look at what's written down and follow that to the best of your understanding of it.
I mean, a person I know spoke to Trading Standards about all of this, and I don't know what Trading Standards have to do in that sort of respect, but the general consensus from the conversation was it's going to be a very light touch approach.
I can't see him coming down on hard on us because I don't understand how they're going to understand it when we fucking don't understand
Yeah,
it. We're in the
exactly.
industry.
I can tell you, knowing someone inside the environmental health office, I can tell you that literally all they're being given is a printed copy of the legislation to study, and they're being told that this is what you have to enforce to, so it's going to be entirely down to their interpretation. So if they're going to go hard balls on it, it's going to be because they've chosen to, not because they understand.
But surely they need to justify their actions, though. They can't walk into my shop, start taking things off the shelf for being non-compliant as far as they're concerned.
I've heard that it would be like a caution system. So you get a caution the first time, and then you'd probably have so many weeks or months to comply. But this is only things I've heard. It's not fact or anything. It's just
that's the same way it works with kitchen inspections. They'll give you if you fall below 1 star, if you're 0 stars, then they'll give you an emergency notice of improvement, and they'll give you a fixed amount of time by which you've got to get up to at least 1 star for hygiene, i.e. you've got to at least be giving out safe food. If you're higher up in the star rankings, they can give you just a notice for improvement where they say, if you want to get a higher score, these are the things you've got to do to get a higher score. If they use a similar approach enforcing the TPD, then they're not going to be able to just come in and dictate to you. As long as you're doing your best to follow the law, all they're going to do is say, here's how you can tighten up. Here's how you can be 100% compliant instead of 90% compliant, because that's the only powers they've ever been given anyway.
I think they're going to be. I think they'll be. I think they'll be tough with us at first because they're going to try and make people examples.
Well, you know, we were talking about this today. We had a lot of time in the banter talk. The consensus of both of us was the first. If anybody's going to get hit, the first people will be totally wicked, because they went to court over the TPD, didn't they?
Yeah.
And it's probably the biggest chain out there. We're talking about Totally Wicked later anyway, aren't we?
Yeah.
But yes, all in all, it's not great, but we will continue.
That's it. I think it's just a matter of learning curve for us rather than as it is for them. They don't understand it like we fully don't understand it, and until it comes into place, we're not going to see how people are going to react to it, and how. And as Stuart's saying, people might be different in different ways to how they actually, personally know stuff or understand the legislations themselves. And
you might have one guy come in that's really hard down on juices. You might have another guy come in that's hard down on tanks. You might have another guy comes in that's hard down on staff. I don't know.
And this is the thing. A lot of it comes down to what they're most interested in when they read the legislation. What they're most bothered about. I've had health inspections in the past where I've been scored like 70 odd out of 100 on my paperwork, and then a year later, a different EHO has come and scored me like 90 odd on my paperwork, and I've not changed any of the way I'm doing it. So it's completely down to how much they're looking for what.
I think at the end of the day, like James says, let's be honest, there isn't going to be a large percentage of vapers who can be bothered buying nick shots when they can buy the same quantity of juice for the same price, albeit in 10 mils. So I think a lot of it is reprogramming the public. It's a pain in the ass to go out and buy 6 10 ml bottles, but we could be in a much worse place. We could be, look at the States.
Yeah, look at Australia.
Yeah. But it works quite well in Australia with the doublers and the nick shots and stuff like that. They've actually found a way that they can still produce e-liquid and still have nicotine in their e-liquid.
Yeah, because they're allowed to import nicotine, aren't they?
Yeah. They have doublers as well. They have like a certain amount of juice with a certain amount taken out of it, and then they give them a free gift of a nicotine shot.
Right.
The only downside for us if we do that is the maximum nicotine is 20 milligrams.
Yeah.
So we could
that is then a 50 ml bottle of juice with a 10 ml 80 milligram shot makes perfect 3 milligram in 60 ml.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. The only thing about that is, of course, you won't be able to give that nick shot away as a free gift because you're not allowed to give samples under the TPD, are you?
Correct.
No, but you would have it as a separate purchase.
Yeah, definitely be probably within the price of the liquid.
Yeah.
So you'd probably just charge, for instance, if it's 20 quid for a 60ml bottle, you'll charge 15 quid and then 5 for your nicotine. And it's still 20 quid.
I mean, but like you said, trying to re-educate customer base, we still have customers that come in and ask us to change coil for them. So it's going to be hard work.
Yeah.
It is. I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't mind changing the coil. It gives you a chance to have a conversation with that person and talk to them, and try and understand, how well they're doing with their vaping over smoking and stuff like that. But it's. I'm not even disheartened by it. I'm actually ready to.
I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued to see how it's going to go.
Yeah,
Exactly.
that's the right.
I think most people that are settled into the industry and want to sort of stay involved with the industry long term are all kind of unanimously of that opinion, aren't they? Of it's not a bad thing. We want regulation. It's a bit stiffer than we'd have liked, but at least the public's got some peace of mind and we can still carry on. It's business as usual. Business has just changed a little bit.
Vendors should now be investing in unicorn bottles.
Yeah. Buy shares in the unicorn bottle companies. You heard it here.
Yeah, so that's that. Jesus Christ, it's 9 o'clock already almost. There we go. Welcome to the new Vape Talk, where we actually talk about shit.
I'll tell you what I do want to see, boys. Sorry to go back onto it.
That's right.
I'll tell you what I do want to. Well, I'd like to see when you go into shops and they have the Ask 25 or Ask 21. I'd actually like to see that within the vaping industry. To keep it to fucking adults, because let's be realistic, there's still kids out there that are vaping and still getting all the vaping products.
Yeah, I don't know how, but obviously there's someone saying it, or Amazon, or somewhere online, because there's no age check. They just grab the there is an age check, but all you've got to do is press a button and say yes, I am over 18.
Exactly. I think there needs to be a sort of stricter way for people to purchase on websites. But
there can't be, because then the adults will get pissed off. They have to do all this information.
There's a system that exists in the States called Blue Check, where before you're allowed to buy any age-restricted products, you enter your details into Blue Check, and they scan like a social security database or something like that to check that your details match up with someone.
Like a national insurance number or something like that.
Exactly, because at the end of the day, you don't get your national insurance number until you're 16, and it's got your date of birth on it. So if you give a false national insurance number, they're going to catch it. And if you're not old enough and you give the correct national insurance number, they're going to catch that you're not old enough.
So what about the few million foreign people that are in this country then? What are they going to do?
Well, presumably, if they are migrants to this country that don't have a national insurance number and are buying vapor products underage, they've probably got ways of buying them that don't involve buying off the internet anyway.
It's too much hassle, though. You think about it, right? Oh, yeah, look at this new mod on this. Yeah, let's go on the website. Oh, I've got to scan my card and...
No, you just have to enter your national insurance number. In America, I think the Blue Check system, you've just got to enter your social security number, I believe.
I could guess a national insurance number.
I get that 100%, and that's a very good fucking argument, Rick. I give you that. That's a really, really good argument with it. Then deal down the way you say, this is where it gets to the dark point, and you think, okay, then, so you can't buy cigarettes online.
Yeah, true. But passport number, not everyone's got a passport.
The way of doing it would be assign it to your bank card. Your bank obviously knows how old you are. Your bank could perform an age check when making the purchase. And
but the problem you got there is I can just grab my daddy's credit card.
Good, but then that's proxy purchasing, and your dad would be held responsible for that.
Yeah, but what if he didn't even know about it?
Yeah, but that's fraud on your part then.
Well, obviously. Stop having a go at me as if it's me. It's not.
You dirty little fraudster.
Rick and his fucking credit card fraud.
I'd like to see it be more strict on the age, because let's all be realistic. Apart from Stu, we've all got kids. And at the end of the day, I know Poppy's only 7 months. But if she started vaping at fucking 16, 18, whatever, that's her choice. And at the end of the day, I started smoking at 13. I can't be hypocritical and go, I don't want you to smoke. I'd rather see her vape than smoke. 100%. I'm saying that on record regardless. I'd rather see a child vape than smoke. So where do we get around that loophole of obviously proxy buying, parents buying? But I want to see a sort of stricter way of stopping kids doing it, because the kids can't walk into their local fucking Woodstock and buy fags.
But that's the point, is that there probably isn't a perfect system, but putting some kind of system in there will discourage a large percentage of people.
Yeah.
But
You know,
also at the same time, you're making it harder to purchase for the regular individual.
But that's all that is stopping somebody's convenience.
We were all kids once, yeah. Weren't we all kids, right? If you wanted to get hold of some weed, you could fucking get hold of some weed, couldn't you? If you wanted to get hold of cigarettes, you could get hold of cigarettes. If you want to get hold of alcohol, you could get hold of alcohol. Kids are going to find a fucking way to do anything. So
yeah, of course they will. Of course they will. But it doesn't hurt to make it difficult for them.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. Fuck. One way would be a national ID card, but that's a whole nother point. But yeah, fuck off.
We'll save that for Politics Talk UK.
Yeah, driving license number. Not everybody's got a driving license.
There's so much pros and cons to what we could do and how we could make the industry a lot better, and how we could. At the end of the day, what we're trying to do is protect the industry and protect our fucking jobs, our livelihoods, the time and effort we've put into this industry as fucking regular human beings. That's my main issue. Is I want in 10 years' time to still turn around and go, this industry is still fucking strong. It's still growing. We're still making nice money. We're still living. We're still eating. You know what I mean? That's what I want to do. That I'm looking further to the future rather than now.
You're never going to get around the kids vaping thing. Do you know what? People underage, if they're blatantly underage, don't even get in the front door of our shop. They get told to piss off kindly before they even walk in. And you can tell because they always hesitate.
Yeah.
They say, oh no.
Or they come in with their heads down and go straight towards a cabinet.
Yeah. Or they start sort of pushing each other in. But I seriously don't think it's a huge issue. The only reason we are making a big deal out of this, because kids do drugs, they do drink, they do smoke. The only reason we're making a big deal out of this is because, and they do watch porn as well. But the only reason we're making a big deal of this is because at the end of the day, that's what the government is saying is part of the problem of vaping, is because it's attractive to kids.
That's not on our agenda, it's on theirs.
And it isn't. It really isn't, to the same point as smoking was as attractive to kids.
Not at all. If you actually look at the figures, child vaping is so low. It's tiny. I think I am sort of partially making this up because it's been ages since I looked at the figures. But I remember it was something really fucking stupidly low. Like it's like 3% of vapors or something. It's like a tiny, tiny number.
And like Tom said, if you would pick, right, if your child had the option, do you want to smoke or do you want to vape? Or, you know, preferably neither. But I would rather than vape.
Yeah,
of course, a million times.
But on the same hand, it's like, you know, they're going to get hold of it. If they want to get hold of it, they will get hold of it.
That's the thing. That's the thing, Rick. Because then it goes back to the stop smoking. We all smoked at a young age, and if we had vaping to use when we was younger to stop smoking, we'd fucking use it. And this is where the catch-22 is, because you don't want kids to get it, but you don't want them to fucking not have an escape to get to fucking vaping, to stop smoking. Statistically,
anyway, two of us here, statistically, are going to get cancer anyway. You know what I mean? It's like, surely we need to, as long-term tests haven't been done for vaping, but, we all know smoking is related to cancer in some way or another.
Well, I'll put you forward for that because I'm all right with that. I don't want that shit. You can keep
it. No, I don't want it either. I don't think anybody fucking wants it, Tom. You know what I mean?
50-50, do you know what I mean? You can keep it over there. I don't want it.
I suppose I could be the next Breaking Bad. Which I've just finished the first series. But it's just, people are making such a big deal out of this. If they want it, they'll get hold of it. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, and you're not wrong.
I agree with you. We did as kids, so...
Exactly.
It's just we know. Do you know what I mean? When now, this is saying that your parents say you'll know when you get older that what we said is the truth, and it fucking damn well is.
We were all definitely kids once. I can vouch for that. That was definitely a given that all of us were kids.
There was a little exchange just going on in chat there. Tony's e-cig stuff said, "Stop making the e-liquid bottles attractive to kids. That might be a good idea." And James replied that that's covered by the TPD. But that again is another point. Like, e-liquid bottles were attractive to kids from the start. Like, they're all sweet flavors. It's always been something that's attractive to kids.
I don't know, but I don't get that though, because cigarettes aren't attractive to kids yet they still go out and smoke.
As an adult,
It's Call of Duty is fucking over 18s, but there's fucking 13-year-old kids playing it on the PS4. They still get hold of the fucking game.
Yeah, but as an adult, I still like cartoons and stuff. You know what I mean? The Garbage Pail Kids. Fuck me, I used to get mad over those when I was younger.
And it goes even further than that, Rick. I mean, like, you and I both love an Oreo cookie. If you show a kid a picture of something with Oreos on it, they're gonna go nuts. They're gonna go, fucking yeah, Oreos. But if you show me or Rick a picture of something with Oreo cookies on it, we're gonna go nuts. Like, in a lot of cases, things being attractive to kids, it doesn't fucking matter. Like, it makes no difference.
No, I don't believe it does either. I agree 100%.
I mean, that Pokemon game, there's probably more fucking adults playing that than kids.
Yeah, because they're fucking going back to their bastard childhoods.
Exactly.
Pokemon's a thing of the 90s, you know. People my age were into Pokemon as kids.
Yeah, there you go.
I don't get that. And Space Jam was obviously the first people to be told to change it from, you know, because they had obviously the cartoons on the front and stuff like that. They were the sort of first people to say, right, we're going to change it. It's not going to be looking like fucking a rocket ship, Button Moon going off and shit. We all know Button Moon.
Yeah. We're off to Button Moon. Something Mr. Spoon. Button Moon, Button Moon, Button Moon, Button Moon.
I don't get the whole appeals to kids shit. I really fucking don't. Look at cigarettes, man. They put fucking bastard lungs falling off and shit on it and fucking heart bleeding, and people still buy fags.
I mean, the weird thing is with cigarettes, there used to be a brand called Death cigarettes.
Yeah.
And people still fucking bought them. You know, I mean, human nature means that people would do what they would do. And 9 times out of 10, it's not what they're supposed to do.
Yeah.
That's just human nature.
James Lake just said in chat, but then do we want plain bottles? Oh, it's moved. Do we want plain bottles with just a flavour profile on? Well, that's pretty much what they've done with cigarettes, isn't it? Part of the TPD, they're getting rid of any packaging on cigarettes. They're all going to be a plain box, aren't they?
Yeah, well, yeah, but then your shells are going to look fucking awful. Let's face it, it's going to look like the Tesco Saver aisle on vodka down fucking.
You're not allowed to look at cigarette packets now anyway. They're all hidden behind.
Yeah, they're all hidden away.
Don't even know bastard price of them. You have to look on a fucking list.
Yeah, I'm not being funny, but it shouldn't matter if some fat 12-year-old girl comes into a shop and asks for a bottle of that cake juice. You tell her to fuck off because she's 12. Yeah. What's that got to do?
Not because she's just asked for one out of the fridge.
That's kind of the point.
Right, that statement is why everything wrong with vaping is wrong with vaping. I understand she's a 12-year-old fat girl that probably likes cake, just like I fucking like cake and likes to vape kicky juices. But isn't the fucking moral of it to fucking stop her from smoking cigarettes?
Yes.
So
yes.
I understand that it's against the law to sell to under 18s, but my argument is I understand there should be a lot more regs on who buys it and the age they buy it at. But on the other end, I'm thinking to myself is, well, if my fucking child couldn't stop smoking and there was a revenue that I tried to get onto vaping and she wasn't able to stop smoking because she wasn't allowed to vape, there's a catch-22 for me. So what does it make the difference? People are going to proxy buy regardless.
Yeah.
They're going to walk in for their kids. Morally, that is what I do. If I wanted to get my child off smoking, I knew vaping was good, I'd go out and buy the fucking vaping kit for it and off I go. And I will happily say that on record.
I would as well
How it-
for my child if that ever becomes the situation. But then hopefully by that time when they're old enough or at that point, then tobacco will be completely abolished and fucked off completely.
Don't be silly. It makes the government too much money.
At the moment it does, but you know.
Yeah, but that's exactly the point, isn't it? That in the battle between vape and tobacco, you know, we were starting to win. We were starting to make ourselves a bit uneasy.
We
in
are still
tobacco.
winning. We are winning, Stuart, because look at big tobacco. They're investing in vaping left, right, and centre.
Exactly.
Put weed to one side, right? If someone came to you today, right, and smoking hadn't even been sort of thought about or anything, someone came to you with a dry fucking leaf and said, roll this up in a bit of paper, inhale it into your lungs, you could get the fuck out. Fuck off. Would you not?
Correct.
And you proposed it to the government, you're like, look at this fucking new product, look. Ooh, they'd be like, fuck off, you cunt. They actually would.
Yeah, well, I think it's deeper than that. Do you know what I mean? Let's be realistic. You know, cigarettes kill a lot of people.
Can you imagine cigarettes on Kickstarter? Can you imagine cigarettes on Kickstarter? Oh yeah, I've got this great new product. It's a leaf wrapped in paper. Yeah, okay, I'll invest in that. Yeah,
It got laughed off the market just like fucking electronic cigarettes got laughed off the market in the 60s.
But that's exactly the point. Like, at the danger of very nearly quoting Rip Trippers, smoking is obsolete. It is a thing of the past. Technology has found a better way, and in every other facet of society, we embrace that and we get behind it. Yet for some reason, when it comes to addiction, and specifically nicotine addiction, we're struggling to get behind it as a society, and it just doesn't make sense.
That's the very point word. Addiction. People don't want to change their addiction.
Yes.
People do not want to change what they are addicted to. They are scared of change. They are more than happy going to the corner shop and buying.
And that's the crazy thing. That's the thing that really boggles common sense. Is that in any other forum, if you were talking about, you know, like when gas ovens became obsolete and everyone started making electric fan ovens, like nowadays, you go out to buy a new oven, you're very fucking unlikely to find a new gas oven because most places have just stopped selling them. You can get them. There's a few manufacturers holding on making them, but it's widely accepted that an electric fan oven is better than a gas oven ever could be. So a gas oven's become obsolete, and the world just gets behind that. They go, yep, technology has found a better way. My pizza now won't be burnt on one side and raw on the other.
That's it, because it's a total different consumable. It's food as a consumable. It's not what they're fucking inhaling. Let's be realistic. You've got your average person who's the age of 40 to the age of 70 who smokes, the average age. You think they've been smoking that long? If they've been smoking since they were a child, and they get offered, you can either go to the shop, pick up a pack of fags that you just light on end, or you change your coil, try different juices, try different mods. They're going straight to the corner shop.
Yeah.
We just had a question from AD Vapes or AD Vapes. My understanding is this is a law from Brussels. Public Health UK is all for vaping. Am I wrong? What happens after Brexit? Yes. Public Health England or UK are pro-vaping. They're the ones that released a statement that says it's at least 95% healthier than smoking. What happens after Brexit? That's if Brexit ever fucking happens. It's already a law in place, so I doubt it that it will fucking change. Or it'll probably be 20 years before they even get round to Article 20 because they've got so much other shit they need to sort out. So, yeah, as James said, it's written into UK law. It's Brexit, they're not even pushing the button until 2018, are they?
Yeah.
If Parliament let them.
The thing with it all is Public Health England are pro-vaping, as Rick says, quite rightly. But Public Health England aren't the British public. And the problem is that the British public are still very disenfranchised with vaping. They've only seen either the snapback and hoodie side of vaping, which appears very, very antisocial, or the very preachy, in-your-face, get off the fags side of vaping, which is also very antisocial.
You're forgetting the sector of all they see is fucking batteries blowing up.
Yeah, exactly. And with everything in the way the news is handling vaping, public opinion of vaping doesn't support what Public Health England is trying to get across. Public Health England are the good guys. They want people vaping instead of smoking. But Public Health England are just one of many bodies of people that have got to persuade the public that vaping is the better option.
I think it will get better as soon as doctors start prescribing vaporizers. As bad as it may be that, you know, these people aren't really going to get a choice, they're going to get given what they're given in terms of prescription. You know, it's certainly going to be better for vaping because there's going to be a lot more people doing it.
I don't even think, Rick, to be honest, it would take the prescription of a vaporizer. I think it would be the advice that would fucking help us 110%. The advice of going smoking, vaping. Well, I know what I'm choosing. Vaping.
Yeah, but someone's going to start vaping through the one they're given. Yeah, it's going to be all right, but it's probably not, unless one of those that Stuart's got's going to be the thing that's going to be prescribed.
I don't ever think realistically it would ever go down that route, because look at big tobacco. They're all wanting to support vaping, they're wanting to get behind it, they're wanting to fucking buy companies, this, that, and the other. Big Pharma are going to be the biggest losers of this, because at the end of this whole vaping scandal, or whatever you want to call it, we are saving lives by people vaping. That means less people are using pharmaceutical products, less people are dying.
Unless the vaporizer was the pharmaceutical product.
But this is also the problem: is that
doctors really fucking don't think they'd ever get behind it.
This is the issue: is that GPs are so split on the issue. You've got some. I mean, I've got a regular who's a GP, and
exactly the same, Stuart. I've got a doctor,
and he's encouraging people. You know, he's telling them, look, it might not be good for you. We may well find out in a few years' time that it's really fucking bad for you, but it's definitely better for you than what you're doing now. And that is the truth, and that is a truth that anyone can get behind. On the other hand of that, you've got doctors just straight lying. You've got doctors publishing reports with no facts, no testing, no information in them, where they're saying just things that aren't true about vaping. And there was one that I was reading last week from the States where some doctor had come out and she'd said that there were carcinogens present in the flavorings when they were heated, like they changed into carcinogenic chemicals. And a friend of mine who's a chemist read this report and sent me a message. And this guy's, you know, he's a PhD level chemist. And he said to me that these specific compounds that she's talking about they can't be created with the kind of temperatures that a personal vaporizer can make. Like, it's potentially true, therefore it can be classed as scientific fact.
Yeah, there was talk. There was talk not years ago, probably about a year ago, where with VG and PG and the actual concentrates in there and the nicotine, if it's heated over a certain temperature, like if you're using really high wattages, and I'm not sure what wattages talking, probably about a kilowatt.
It was Dr. Farsalinos that
it could potentially release formaldehyde.
Yeah, Dr. Farsalinos said that.
But you know how true that is, I don't know. How many further testing they need to do, I don't know. But something I did learn today, and James has put that there, it's actually TRPR. The first review is 5 years after the implementation of the TPD. The UK law is Tobacco and Related Product Regulations, TRPR. So that's going to be going around a lot more. Rather than TPD, it's going to be TRPR. There you go. And we actually went in the shop today who had a big, like, chalkboard, like, you know, one of those computer displays, like a chalkboard. And they had the heading TRPR at the top. And I had to ask them what it was because not even I knew. So, yeah, apparently they got called up on it that same day that it's actually TRPR. So, there you go.
Fucking hell.
James has actually sent me over an email with the details, so we'll have to leave it till next week, I think, because we have got a couple more things that we wanted to talk about tonight. So we'll continue this conversation next week, I think. We'll gather as much information as we can, and then, you know, we'll try and keep it into like half an hour rather than the fucking whole hour we've been talking about it this week.
It's been a good debate. Let's be realistic. It's been a good debate.
It has. It's been really good.
And for once, a debate that we all agree on.
Oh my god, Chris JB just sent me a video of his foot. What a cunt.
Yeah, I've seen that. It's disgusting.
Yeah, I had to close it.
I thought we wanted to talk about Totally Wicked anyway. Someone's got some information on Totally Wicked.
Yeah, we did want to talk about Totally Wicked. I can read the press statement if you want. That's probably
I've not heard this, Stuart. It'd be appreciated, mate.
Now, I kind of want to read this press statement anyway because I think it's really fucking beautifully worded. I think that they've gone about this in a really clever way because right, let me find the name.
Can you just say that again? Beautifully written.
What?
Right.
Made the sentence together was beautifully written.
Thomas?
It is. It's beautifully written.
Tom, have you actually moved into James's house and using James's setup because you've been awfully potato today?
No, I'm just. I'd say I was a little bit enjoying myself.
No, in terms of potato, I mean potato. You don't even drink.
I am tonight.
See, that's what the TRPR fucking does to you.
Right, so
makes you drink half a bottle of fucking Morgan Spice.
let me read this out because it is quite a long statement. So the sooner I get it read, the sooner we can talk about it.
Just bullet points.
Sorry, Dad.
So Totally Wicked arrived in the USA in 2008 and established the very first American brick and mortar vape shop. Since then, we've built up a credible business with a proud history of standing up for vapors' rights. We challenged the FDA in 2010 when it was illegally impounding our goods, and in Europe in 2015 we challenged the EU Tobacco Products Directive. As a business, we operate in both the EU and the USA, have a loyal customer base, offer a wide and dynamic range of hardware and e-liquids, and try always to deliver the best possible service in an open and ethical way. It then goes on to say, however, this is clearly not enough for the FDA, as they actively shut down this vibrant industry. With the stroke of a pen, the FDA is demanding fantastically unrealistic pre-market tobacco authorizations for a product that contains no tobacco, at a cost that is prohibitive to all but the tobacco giants, and bears no relation to the product's risk or indeed its remarkable potential when compared to the raging tobacco epidemic. It is designed quite simply to destroy the vaping industry. By the end of 2018, there will be no independent vaping industry left within the USA, unless Congress decides to look deeper into this, or indeed the legal system is willing and able to hold the FDA to account for its fallacious representation of the risk impact that it has used to justify this regulatory abomination. To just shorten the rest of it, they mention Public Health England, the quote of 95% safer than tobacco, etc. And they go on to say that Fraser Cropper, the managing director, is basically stating that Totally Wicked is going to cease trading in the USA, will close its doors in the summer of 2018 because the USA government is demanding that they do so. The statement is really worth reading, actually. It's on Business Wire, and I actually, because I've got the chat on my phone, I can't post a link to it. So what I'm going to do is paste a link into the Hangouts chat, and then somebody can pass it to an admin, and an admin can put it into the YouTube chat. But
or I could just put it into YouTube chat.
But this article is well worth a read. Because, like I say, it's really well articulated and highlights just kind of what's going on in America and the way that the government is handling the situation over there.
Can I just emphasise that it's only the US side that's going to be shut down. The UK, the European will continue to trade.
Yeah, but it's a huge thing that one of the founding companies in the American vape scene is now closing, and it probably does have an impact on Europe even if they do continue to trade over here.
Craig's just said Donald Trump won't let it. He's for the people. I wonder if Donald Trump will let it go through.
Well, Donald Trump's right-hand man, Mike Pence, is very, very, very anti-vaping. He is one of the lead anti-vaping campaigners in America. So Donald Trump's going to save it.
Fuck Donald Trump.
I mean, to be completely honest, no matter what we say about Totally Wicked over here, you know, it's they buy a lot of products cheap and they rebrand it, don't they, basically, for their own. And to be honest, if I'm perfectly honest, I wouldn't step in one, and I know quite a few other people that wouldn't. But however, if you sort of communicate, I can't even say that word. If you basically gather all the people that they've helped to stop smoking, it's going to be a fucking in their millions.
Correct. That's the thing is we majority of us don't fucking like Totally Wicked, but their actual job and what they've done to put enlightenment on the vaping industry is fucking huge. Because the minute somebody steps into Totally Wicked and then steps in another shop, they go, "Oh yeah, actually shit, let's go somewhere else," and carries on vaping with another shop.
But it's commendable, really, in a way. But at the same time, it's such a fucking shame what's happening in America. But yeah, there you go. James started with Totally Wicked. I think
Totally Wicked have done a fantastic job stopping people from smoking. I'll give them that 100%.
Yep.
I think the reason why we sort of look at them a bit funny is because it's not our style of vaping. It's, you know, we're all about the fucking hipster snapback fucking sort of scene. You know what I mean? It's
Now, I think one of the things this highlights to me is that, like, I see a lot of fuck the TPD signs still going around, and I see a lot of TPD hate talks still going around, and I see a lot of, like, even in our chat, I've seen a few comments tonight, people that are very anti-TPD. Realize how fucking lucky they are, because we could be having this. This is how far it can go. You know, if a government doesn't support an industry, this is what can happen. The biggest names in the industry can go under.
we are very lucky.
Do you
But
know what the estimated cost to test e-liquid in America is? It's £1 million. Well, $1 million per flavour.
Yeah.
And the estimated for here was 3,000 to 5,000.
It's not even $1 million per flavour. It's $1 million for a PMTA, a pre-market tobacco application, and that's regardless of the product. Even putting a drip tip on the market will cost you $1 million. It's any tobacco product, and they are claiming everything with associated use. They're claiming wire, they're claiming batteries, they're claiming cotton.
so what you're saying, these tobacco manufacturers that already have this license are fine?
Yeah,
Correct.
yes, because they've only got one product to put on the market. All they've got to do is get their tobacco or their cigarette that makes them hundreds of millions a year. They've got their one cigarette that they have to fill out a PMTA for. They can afford that easily.
No, but what I mean is they've got a PMTA. So actually, does that give them a license to sell e-cigarettes?
Yeah.
No, it's per product.
Oh, is it per product?
Per product.
I saw a bus driving around Leeds, and it was promoting Logic, which Logic is now Eli's product, which is obviously owned by Marlboro. They were driving around in this old classic bus, tagged up with Logic all over it, promoting this new electronic cigarette that they are bringing out. They haven't even launched it yet. They are still launching this product, and it's basically just a fucking normal sort of ego pen. And I've actually seen, because we had one of the reps come into the shop, and they've got fucking millions, and they can just throw it at it, and just, this is where sort of in America they've got the sort of balls, the sort of money, the sort of investment to fuck everybody off and just bring out a couple of products and take over the market.
Yeah,
they've got that money. They've already got the certificates that's needed to be inside the tobacco products, because they're claiming, as Stuart's saying, wires, batteries, cotton, mods, atties, everything you can think of in vaping is a tobacco product, which is fucking bullshit for starts. That's fucking bollocks. But they've got the money and the investment already in their fucking government, which they're already still paying money to the government for whatever they're fucking doing, and saying, right, okay, then we'll tell you what, they can't do it, they can't afford it, we'll jump on it, we'll get millions.
Now, I've got an idea. If we agree, based on what's happening in America, that we are fucking lucky in this country, and I think we all do agree. I think we all do agree that what we've been given as our set of regulations in Europe makes us very, very lucky.
Yeah.
So the next time somebody wants to post a fuck the TPD poster or wants to make an anti-TPD statement, if that person cares that much, how about instead of posting fuck the TPD, you help your local vapors. You help your local vapors continue to vape through the TPD and try and make sure that they don't lose interest. If you care enough, to say fuck the TPD, how about caring enough to make sure that people can actually keep vaping?
Or put out, or rather than fuck the TPD, put out the information about the TPD, because the more people that know, the better. And the fact is, you can't say fuck the TPD because it's fucking happening. So deal with it.
Exactly. Well, let's start a new hashtag. Hashtag bring on the TPD.
No, that's a bit weird. No. TRPR.
Hashtag bring on the TPD.
No.
Fight me, bitch.
Hashtag I would fuck the TPD, but Stuart told me not to.
Hashtag no sir, yes sir, no sir, 3 bags full, sir.
Hashtag TPD's coming, deal with it.
Yeah. Hashtag bring it on.
And to be honest, as responsible vendors, we have to.
Of course.
We have to. It's the only way.
There's two sort of people. There's two sorts of crowd that's in this industry, and there's the people that are in it just to make money, and there are people in the industry for the right reason. And
Hashtag TRPR, get fucking used to it.
Exactly. The amount of energy people have put into bitching about a law that has been a
It's
dead
passed.
cert for fucking months now. Just put that same amount of energy into fucking making sure that we go forward.
Yeah, well, the only good thing I'm looking forward to about the TPD is it's going to sort out the people that are in it for the money and the people that are passionate about it.
Yeah,
Yep.
exactly.
Do you know what upsets me a little bit is, excuse me, what upsets me a little bit is if you look at the vaping industry. Now, there are a lot of family-run vape shop businesses in the industry. There are also a lot of bigger businesses that are in it for the money. There are also lots of small independent retailers that are also in it for the money. Those that don't vape, those that stand in front of their shop smoking. What upsets me a little is it's the small guys that are effectively going to be impacted more than the bigger guys. You know, how many smaller? I know of a handful of small vape businesses that have gone, you know what, we can't do this. Fuck it, and they've closed the doors. They've shut down.
Yeah.
I mean, in the interest of understanding, when we say in the money, what we mean in it for the money, what we mean is people that are in it but don't really give a fuck about it or don't vape themselves.
Yeah, they're number crunchers.
Because we're all in it for the money. Let's be honest. If there's no money in it, no one would be in it. But we're all in it for the money. But the difference is we give a fuck.
There's a local shop to me. None of the staff there vape. I'm not going to say which one. There's enough in town that no one will figure it out. But there's a local shop to me where none of the staff vape and one of the staff smokes. There's a local distributor in my part of the country run by a guy who doesn't vape. And again, there's enough of those in this part of the country that no one's going to figure out. I'm not naming names. I'm not going after people. But this is the point, is that the industry is full of people that aren't in the industry for what it's about. They're in the industry because it's an industry that makes money and they've found access to it.
You can't, I'm sorry, but you can't blame them for that.
You can't
blame people that are in that industry to make money. Life is about being able to put food on the fucking table. And if you are able to put food on the table by being in an industry you have nothing to do with, you just basically invest in the industry, then go for it. That's your fucking personal choice to do that.
I don't want to...
What the means is, what I'm getting, what you're saying, Stuart, is the fact is, we love this industry. This industry is our life. This industry is our livelihood. Other people can pull their money out of this industry and go somewhere else. People like Mark, people like Dale, can't do that. Can't pull out their money and go, fuck it, you know what, going elsewhere. That is not realistic, because this is their passion, this is their livelihood, and they cannot afford to go, do you know what, fuck it, I'm taking my money and I'm off. And there are people in this industry that are able to do that.
But that's exactly the point, Tom. This isn't the only fucking money-making industry in the world. These people that chose to enter into this industry to make money, this wasn't their only option. This was an option that they chose to cash in on because of a rising trend.
Quick book, isn't it? It's a quick book.
One thing I do want to close on as well is this thought, and again, we had this conversation about it today. But you know, the whole notification thing. that we talked about earlier. If you don't know what I'm on about, you just skip to the end of the show. Go back to the sort of midway where we talked about notification fees and stuff like that. This could potentially collapse the industry in terms of like bitching and stuff like that, and the whole community. Because at the end of the day, if say the Grumpy Monkey notified for 4 products, but we know of another vendor that's still selling their products but haven't notified, we're going to go, hang on a minute. We just forked out 600 quid for these 4 products. And these guys are fucking just carrying on as normal. That's going to happen a lot. That will happen a lot, I guarantee it.
No, of course, because what you're going to end up doing is, and this is the reason they're doing it, is because then you're going to start taking out that pistol and shooting other people that are doing it right.
Yeah, exactly. What are your thoughts on it, Dolan? There's already enough bitching in the industry anyway. You know what I mean?
And you know what? There is a fantastic. I know that the community is fantastic anyway. Vapers are awesome. Last week only goes to show what a fucking awesome bunch we are. But also, we say there's a lot of bitching, there's a lot of backbiting in the industry. Yes, there is. However, there is a good portion of us that we all get along. You know, I can think of a dozen retailers, Grumpy Monkey included in that. We all get on. We all help each other out. We all, I'm not going to say scratch each other's backs, but we help each other out. We're not in it for ourselves. We're in it for the community. We're there to support one another, but also the industry at the same time.
Yeah, which is absolutely true. And in terms of showing the community, last week, the big raffle, you know, how much was raised in total? And a lot of those donations come from vaping groups, vaping shops, and all the donations are prizes and stuff like that. It's really good. People do get together when they need to, but I feel bitching is just going to hit a new fucking level.
That's the point, though, isn't it?
That is the point. Yeah, self-regulation.
People need to get into this mentality that every single fucking one of us is Andy Cross. Every single one of us can help each other out when we're on our asses, and then it's fine. And then it's fine.
But it's not that though. I'm gonna finish on this, and it's money is the root of all evil. And that is simple enough.
I think we should just end on that statement.
Money.
It is essentially. It is. Yeah. But it's also what makes the world go round. So.
And one last thing: wash your hands when you go for a poo.